What's up, y'all? Let me fix this. Hold up, y'all. Girl, it took me girl, it took me forever to get through this um, show, this episode. I wasn't even going to review it, honestly. I was just going to wait until the reunion um, because, girl, I'm loving marriage, Huntsville. Girl, I tapped out a long time ago. Tap. Girl, ain't that much love and marriage in the world for us to still be talking about love and marriage. Huntsville, I need them to go away and not come back for at least a year. At least a year. The reunion looked like it's going to be kind of interesting, though. I'll give them that. I said, well, it ought to be. Girl, they got 55 episodes. They ought to have something to work with. But the reunion looks like it's going to be good. Um, So I'm kind of ready for that. But yeah, it took me a minute to get, once I started to watch, because I actually started watching this episode. Was it Saturday I started watching? And then I turned it off because I was over it. And the only reason why I'm here right now is because I saw a couple of you ask, like, where is the Love and Marriage Huntsville review? I said, okay, girl. Let me go ahead and review it because I really ain't got nothing else to talk about today. So I guess I might as well talk about them. Anyways, let's get into it, y'all. I took a couple of notes. Okay, so Mel. Mel is getting a massage by some fine girl, Butch Queen. I said, girl, he is whoever that was rubbing all on Mel's shoulders. Baby, come and rub on mine. Okay? I got a little cramp. Right here, right here, right here, right here, and right. Hey! I said, ooh. That's that devil. That's that devil. I almost choked. But no, girl. I said whoever that was rubbing on Melody, girl, he kind of fine. So shout out to the old school Butch Queen. Girl, I don't know if that man is a Butch Queen or not. I made the whole man a Butch Queen on YouTube. That man could be straight. He got 5 kids and 3 baby mamas. All I know. Straight or gay, you still fine, sir. Okay. Anyways, I don't know. I instantly got annoyed by Melody because she tried to act like she didn't know Stormy was coming over. She forgot Stormy was coming over or something. But girl, you have a whole setup, girl. That's why it's so hard. I don't even know how to take Melody sometimes because I think everything is always a show for her. Like, I'm not mad at any man or woman. Girl, you should be using this platform to, you know, you know, come up with things to promote your businesses and what you have going on. But girl, it looks kind of like weird to me that girl, you have a display of your skincare line just sitting right here in your living room. Girl, what? Like, girl, you can't even just like, I don't know if this makes sense. Like, it would be weird to me if we were, if Cynthia Bailey had went to Kenya Moore's house and Kenya Moore just got Kenya Moore hair care stacked up on her kitchen table with a sign in the corner. Like, girl, we get that you have this skincare line, but girl, why can't it just be, girl, you at your house getting a massage, girl, your friend about to stop over. Why does it have to be, girl, your skincare line is sitting right here on the table? Girl, I see a billboard sitting in this corner. I feel like Melody never just like kind of like relaxes and kind of like, okay, girl, this is my home. This is where I just want to like chill. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Maybe I'm picking. Um, Long story short, we can go ahead and get Martell and Melody out the way, girl. Um, Martell told Ariane that Melody had caught that mess. Okay? That cough cough. All right? Girl, when you got to sit in the house for 14 days, that right there. Um, I got to be a cold day in hell when I start agreeing with these knuckles. Okay? Girl. Martell wasn't wrong for telling Ariane, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, Martell has a child with this lady. So, I mean, I think it's only right that he lets her know, hey, Melody has that stuff. Our son has been around my kids with Melody. You see what I'm saying? So it makes sense that he's told her. So I don't think Martell was being. Y'all know for me to be saying this, girl. But I don't think Martell was being messy. I don't think that he was trying to start some mess. I really just think that it was like out of concern for it, just to give you a heads up, just in case somebody wake up coughing in the next 72 hours, girl. This is how it happened, right? Um, Ariane is a mess, and she's childish, and she's immature, and she's juvenile. Um, so I don't expect anything other than what Ariane gives us online, which is a hot, complete mess. Um, I don't know what exactly she said online, or how she told people that Melody, had that cough 14 days, right? Um, but it was enough to get Melody worked up. And quite honest, I'll be honest, whatever, anything that probably has to do with Ariana is probably going to always, make Melody's ass itch. Um, I understood what Melody was trying to tell Martell at the end, like, it's not Martell's fault, but it's Martell's fault. I think what Melody was trying to say, girl, this is your fault. Because the truth of the matter is, if you never would have smashed and ever had a baby with a girl, we wouldn't be sitting in the middle of this driveway fussing back, going back and forth. So at the end of the day, low key, it really is Martell's fault, right? Because we're arguing in this driveway because of Martell and what you could not do with your penis, which was keep it in your drawers and keep it in his house, right? But Martell really can't control Ariane's actions. I'm trying to look at it from both sides. Sometimes it ain't both sides. Sometimes it is what it is. But in this situation, I can see both sides. Also, I think Melody was trying to point out basically like, you need to get your hoe under control. That's what Melody was trying. I felt like that's what Melody was trying to say. Like, she cuts up and acts up because, in a way, I hate to say it, and we're all grown, but you allow the bitch to. She cut up and act the fool online because you were right there with her at one point, and you were disrespecting me on TV, so that probably gave her the ammunition to disrespect me too. So now here we go, after the divorce, I'm single, whatever you doing with Sheree, and she's still playing these games online. So you need to get your hoe together. That's what I think Melody was trying to say. Bitch, I hollered. When Melody was... Bitch, when I was in this living room giggling so hard, I said, "Ooh, girl, to be a baby mama and to be a baby daddy, y'all be going through it. When you in love, you in love. But when you hate them niggas, you hate them nickels, girl." When I tell you, bitch, Melody and Martell can't stand each other, it's not funny, but it's funny. Girl, when I tell you, I was hollering when Martell was sitting in the car and Melody was sitting on that porch. Hold on. Baby, let me tell you something. When Melody was standing on that porch and Martell was in that car, they was talking to each other on the phone like they was in two different cities, two different states. I said, girl, they can't stand each other. Every time. Oh no. And every time the cameraman would show the angle of Martell in the car and you can see Melody sitting on the porch, when I tell you, I was in here giggling so hard. I said, girl, not them talking on the phone and they 10 feet away from each other. Girl, you can't even come. You can't even come in my yard. You hear me? Come in my yard if you want to. Come in this yard, come on the sidewalk, I'm calling the laws, okay? Girl, Martell was in the middle of the street in his car talking on the phone to his baby mama who was standing on the porch. I said, girl, this is a mess. Oh, girl, Martell was hot. He couldn't come in that house. Martell don't like the heat. So the simple fact that Melody wouldn't allow Martell in her home. But this is another thing too, Martell is gonna have to realize that you ain't got no control over her nickel. Okay? I think that's the thing that Martell still hasn't really grasped is that he has no control. You have no power. You probably had some before, but you no longer have that. So what Melody says goes. And you can't do nothing about it. At all. But get mad. And get in your car and drive down that hill and sit in the street and fuss and cuss on the phone. That's it. Because you ain't coming in this house. Because if you walk in that house, she better call the cops and let the cops do what they gonna do. And I believe Martell probably would have did it if the cameras wasn't there, because I remember that story Ariane when her crazy ass was telling when Martell was running around her house looking through she said he was peeping through the windows or something. Girl, I said, oh girl, that nigga is crazy. Anyways, girl, you wanted him, you got him, girl. What else happened on this episode? Destiny. Okay, girl. Destiny, you a mess. Let me say something. I think Destiny was a very good friend to Melody. I don't care what nobody says. I think that if Melody had to make a choice between Martell and if Destiny had to make a choice between Martell and Melody, I think Destiny would have chose Melody. I think that Melody just didn't want to be friends with Destiny because she didn't trust Destiny, because Destiny was Martell's friend first, right? Even though Melody knows that Destiny was a good friend, now we're breaking up. Now, I don't even want to put you in a position that you have to choose, so I'm going to make the choice for you. You just go ahead and be friends with your friend who you was friends with first, right? But on the flip side, it's like, Destiny, why are you coming up to Martell and playing a clip of Melody talking? When I say Melody do be wearing Martell. I been said that though. I ain't gonna lie. Melody do be wearing Martell out. When Melody was doing that interview, and she was basically saying, why would people think I'm surprised to see him? Why would I be upset about seeing him with a woman, or why would I be surprised about seeing him with a woman? He was talking to a woman when we was married. Bitch, Melody be wearing Martell low. God, that's why he be mad, girl. Because Melody be wearing his ass out. I was like, what was the purpose of you playing that, Destiny? What was the purpose of you playing that? And I hope, just so Melody can just put a pin in it, I'm hoping, even though I think, again, Destiny was a good friend to Melody, that Melody gets to the reunion and just says, this is exactly why I didn't want to continue a friendship with you, because I knew that you would do something like this. Girl, why are you talking about me to my ex-husband? Even though someone could argue at this point, Destiny has no loyalty to Melody, because Melody is the one who pulled the rug on the friendship. Right? Melody was the one who pulled the rug on the friendship. So in actuality, and we've come to the conclusion that, girl, we're not friends. So if we're not friends, I really don't owe you any type of loyalty. So if I do want to play a clip for Martell, which is my friend, I can. When I was loyal to you, clearly it didn't pay off. So why would I be loyal to you now? That could be an argument too. I just got frustrated with Destiny because I was like, ooh, girl, people will say this is the reason why Melody don't want to be your friend. Melody could say this is the reason why I don't want to be your friend, even though, again, Destiny at this point, she doesn't owe Melody anything at all. Anyways, girl. Martell talks about Sheree being a great woman. That's why I had no problem bringing her around my kids. I said, Martell is full of shit. Can you imagine if Melody had met a man and instantly, because you don't know Sheree. You know Sheree from TV, but you don't know Sheree in real life. You're getting to know Sheree now, right? And at the time that you probably said that you had Sheree around your kids, you probably had just started talking to Sheree. I said, can you imagine if Melody had met a man and had that man around her kids, how Martell would be acting a fool? Martell says he's been going to counseling over a year. I don't believe it at all. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I holler when Marsau and Tisha were talking, and Marsau said that our champagne is like black excellence. Martell's wine you can have on a Wednesday. Oh God, I ain't gonna lie, I screamed. I put, why would Mel be bothered by Martell being with Sheree? Like, why? Let me say something. Y'all know I give Melody. Y'all know Melody is not my favorite person. I don't too much care for her personality, but I always try to be fair when it comes to Melody. Um, it ain't a trick walking. Shout out to Tammy Roman. It ain't a trick walking who gonna convince me that Sheree is an upgrade from Melody Hope. Now, does Sheree have a bigger platform? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's really the beginning and the end. Maybe, not maybe. If Martell had got with Candy Burris, then girl, we could have a conversation. Girl, it wouldn't even really be no conversation. Right? Hell, if Martell had got with Mama Joyce, okay? We really wouldn't have no conversation. Sheree ain't no upgrade from Melody Hope. To me, she not. Do y'all see what Melody has done? What Melody was doing in her marriage and after her marriage? Melody is doing what needs to be done. Sure. Y'all know I had a soft spot in my heart for Sheree. Sheree is a hot ass mess in real life. So is Martell. Now, are they a match made in heaven? Probably so. I put Sheree is not a level up. To me, she's not. I thought it was a great view of the party Martell had. Chris pulls Marsau to the side. Marsau. I told y'all. How long have I been saying that Marsau is playing a game with us? When I say us, I'm talking about the viewers, YouTubers, Twitter, Instagram, whoever, the viewers. Marsau is playing a game with us. Even though his wife is catching the bullets, Marsau don't care. Marsau said in the confessional that he was building suspense. When it came to the whole Chris Fletcher and him, you remember they showed the flashback of Tisha and Marsau in the car, and he was like he was with some friend and this friend, blah blah blah. He says he was building suspense, and that I didn't come out and say Chris Fletcher because it ain't none of y'all damn business. How long have I been saying that Marsau is in some type of game with the viewers? Because he doesn't want to make it seem as though if he goes along with what Tisha is feeling, and because he thinks that Tisha feels the way that she feels because of social media, right? Then he feels as though we won. Because Tisha feels the way that she feels because of the comment sections, because of, I don't know if she watches people YouTube videos, because of, just the comment section, what people are saying. So in his head, it's like, oh, the only reason why she's thinking this way is because of y'all. So because y'all are in my wife's head, I'm not gonna give y'all the satisfaction. So I'm gonna play this game with y'all, even though I know my wife is hurting, even though my wife is crying. I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna let y'all hoes win. That's what Marsau was doing, and I've been said that for I don't know how long. Even though his wife is hurting, he don't give a damn because he's playing a game with us. Anyways, Chris says that basically he didn't appreciate getting thrown into Marsau's shit. From what it sounds like to me, Chris said that yes, he was in Atlanta, but he was in Atlanta with his wife, and he just happened to step out and go have some dinner with Chris Fletcher. I think the way Marsau tried to make it seem as though he was in Atlanta with Chris. And Chris was like, no, nigga, you was not in Atlanta with me, girl. I was in Atlanta with my wife. You happened to be in Atlanta. We went and had dinner together. Then I took my black ass back home to the hotel to my wife. That's the way I got it. Chris was trying to say. So don't be putting me in the middle of your shit, because now it's bringing me into some shit that I don't have nothing to do with, right? Again, Marcel don't care because it's a game to him. Martell. Martell. They Martell that speech. Everybody cannot get up and speak in front of a group of people. Maybe because I don't mind running my mouth, right? It would not be difficult for me to get up in front of my friends and family and to thank them, right? This is how I came up with this idea for this wine. I want to thank my grandmother. She was the inspiration. You know, my aunts, my uncles. I want to thank you guys for coming out to support me. My friends who are very close to me and pushed me to make sure that I could get this done, and then sit your ass down. I could see maybe if this was like Martell had just won an award, right? Because people write down speeches all the time. But I think that's because it's kind of like when you think about someone who just won an Oscar. They probably wrote down their speech because you have this adrenaline rushing through you, and you're standing up in front of these people and you're crying and you're happy and you're trying to make sure that you thank everybody. So you write down your speech, right? But girl, this is, you know what's happening. You set it up. Okay, we're gonna start at 7. I'm gonna get my speech at 7:45. 7:50, I'm gonna be done. We're gonna drink some wine, then y'all gonna take y'all ass home. I don't know. I just think it just goes to show again, when Martell was up there speaking, I said this just goes to show again who was the brains behind the whole Holt situation. It was not Martell. That's why I don't understand why Marsau has the nerve to sit here and say that Sheree is a level up from Melody. Bitch, Melody was running that whole situation over there. Anyways, I'm done. I thought it was really, really sad. I was crying. Boots. Y'all already know. Anything that got to do with Kimmi and that council, honey, I'm over her crying. Boots. That's why my nose stopped up. Been crying. I thought it was sad. I thought it was really sad, the conversation that Jalen was having, because I think that for a lot of us, and it's so crazy because just to get I'll just get a little personal real fast. I was having a conversation with my sister, my biological sister, and we were just talking about, like growing up, even though we grew up around a lot of women, right? You would think that we would just be these, no. Girl, we didn't really see our mamas and grandmamas cry like that at all. Like, I think that if I was to start crying in front of my family today, that would be like, girl, he crying. Why is he crying? Like, because I really just got to the point probably a couple of years ago where I'm okay with crying. Like, now I just cry. But before that, like, girl, we wasn't no, I didn't come from and I think that's a lot of people, unfortunately. Like, you just don't come from a space where girl, crying is okay. You holding your cries. When you see people crying, it's weird as hell, right? Like, girl, why are they crying? Why they crying? So it was sad to me, to hear Jalen basically say that he don't know what to do because he's never seen his mother cry. And now, everybody's life, of course, it's Kimmy's life, but now Kimmy's life, and it also affects her son. Their life has been turned upside down, and Jalen don't know what to do because I ain't never seen my mama cry. My first time seeing my mama cry was basically on TV. What he said at the wedding, and then the second time seeing her cry was on TV. So now y'all have hit me with my mama, who has been in my life and paid my way through college, right? Is now has breast cancer, and she could be leaving this earth sooner than what we thought, right? Because we all gonna leave the earth, but girl, she could be leaving this earth sooner than we thought, and now I don't even know what to say to her. I don't even know what to do. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. And Kimmi probably was that type of mama who felt like she couldn't really cry because she was raising a son. Right? I don't know, child. But shout out to y'all know I love Kimmi. And that was pretty much it. I already talked about Mel and Martell. Yeah, that was it, child. Girl. Mel and Martell are a mess. One thing that I forgot. Melody not going to support Martell with his whole wine situation, the party. Why would Stormy or I think Stormy made made a little comment. Oh, it's like y'all take one step back. What she say? You take one step forward, you take three steps back. I mean, Tiffany felt like I guess Melody should have came. I don't know, girl. I can't remember. But I'm just gonna say this, and this is no tea, no shade. To the people who feel as though Melody should have went to support Martell, I ask you this question. Have you watched Love and Marriage, Huntsville seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4? And if you have, seen the way that Martell has treated the mother of his 4 kids, his wife, the woman who pretty much was the reason why they were able to pay the bills, because we know it wasn't Martell in his brain. We saw the disrespect that Martell had when it came to Melody. Why will you then turn around and expect this woman to go and support him? Because this ain't got nothing to do with the kids, because the kids wasn't even there. So, why? Y'all know I've said this 55,000 times. Melody ain't my favorite person. But I always try to be fair when it comes to Melody. And when it comes to Melody and Martell, I think that Martell and Melody at one point, they were both hell on wheels. I do. Y'all know I've said that. I think that Melody and Martell, they ain't too far as personality wise. Girl, they ain't too far apart. But when it comes to Melody and Martell, as far as like this marriage and the way that he treated her, I'm always going to be Team Melody. I am. Because I'm about to cry. I don't even know why I'm about to cry. I'm so sensitive. It really hurt my feelings the way that man used to treat that lady. Like, this woman has done a lot for you, for this family, right? And this is how you treat this lady? By disrespecting her every time you open up your mouth? By calling this woman a hoe on TV? When, nigga, you got the baby. Matter of fact, you had a couple of them. Ariane just sent 1 or 2 of them to heaven. Like when he disrespected that lady. And then for people to turn around and then be like, oh girl, you should go support him. And then the real gag is when she doesn't, then people are going to say, oh, she just bitter. You need to let it go. You need to let that hurt go, girl. She's bitter. But bitch, she got every right to be. Without a discount. And if she is bitter, who made her bitter? That's the part y'all always leave out. She ain't walking around here bitter just because she just bitter. She's bitter because more than likely it was a nigga at the end of that. And I can tell you who it was. Y'all want to say it together, class? What's his name? Martell. Anyways, I'm gone. That's all I want to say because I left that part out. And then it's like, people swear up and down. Some people swear up and down that Melody and Martell have been divorced for, girl, 25 years. Now, if Melody and Martell had been divorced for 25 years and Melody was still walking around here with attitude, okay, I could kind of be like, girl, y'all been divorced for 25 years, girl, let it go. I could see how people could think that. But girl, Melody and Martell really only been divorced for like a year or two. They were married for almost 15, I believe. I think together longer than that. I don't know. So for people to expect Melody to be over a situation where her husband was not loyal nor committed to their family and got a girl pregnant numerous times and she's just supposed to be over that in a year or two is mind boggling to me. And then you have some people out there who really are calling this lady bitter. Like she ain't got no fucking reason to be. If your nigga had a baby on you, and now you over there a single mother of 4 kids, your ass would be bitter too. At least you better be. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is what it is, child. I need me a cocktail. I'm not gonna let these people work my nerves today. I'm not, and I'm not gonna let these people work my nerves on this reunion. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna get these recaps, these reviews, whatever they called, and girl, I'm gonna go about my business. I'm not about to let these people get me worked up over no love and marriage, Huntsville. I'm not.